guys, this is Rafi from the Plug-in India review team, and we are here in Pune University, and a lot of EV community members ended up here today to look at the Sparrow. So this is an electric cycle, and we are going to test it out on the hills and ghats and slopes of Pune and Bhugaon. And today in the morning, a lot of us came down. This was an entire place filled with all different types of EVs, from the old Ampere to the Hamilton cycle dynamo charger, to Hero Electric, to Mahindra Electric, and now the new kid on the block, Sparrow. Yes. So we're here with Mr. Motilal, and he's just doing some final touch-ups and tune-ups, and you can see that the cycle has already been ridden quite a lot. Yeah. And we'll be reporting about all of this, and let's see how the ride goes. So that's Kamlesh, ready for his long ride. So we'll catch up with you soon, hopefully. Bye. Unless you beat us. I can't put my camera out. So that's the Sparrow doing its job on the road. Okay. Great, now we're gonna pass her. And he likes pedaling, and he's gone, he's overtaken more than 31-32 kilometers per hour. And it seems he's really doing a light job of the pedaling, he's not huffing and puffing like we would normally be if we were traveling at 33 kilometers per hour plus. So this is where we are right now, and there he is, no pedaling, matching up to this speed of 27-30 kilometers per hour near Ramnagar Road. And this is an uphill climb. So we are going uphill, and Ramnagar Road goes up at a decent incline. If you are on a regular cycle, you would be huffing and puffing and totally unable to enjoy the ride. But just look at how Kamlesh zips by us in pedal assist mode. There it is, the Sparrow, matching up to the E2O and probably giving the rider a whole lot of more thrill. Kamlesh is really enjoying the ride. Oh my god, regen. What a lot of, that's regen happening right now, or unless he's accelerating.
Hi, I'm Puneet Hegde, and I've just driven the Sparrow up the hill to a place in Bhugaon, and the ride was awesome. And basically, when you pedal, you can feel the motor helping you, and then in like 1/5 of the effort, you can actually make up any slope. So that's the best part.
What kind of slopes are these? Are they very steep?
They are quite steep, yes. Otherwise, with a normal cycle, it would probably mean I would have to get down and walk. That kind of slope, yeah.
And how is it on the steep turns, the steep U-turns?
Steep U-turns are also very comfortable because you have some momentum, so you can easily negotiate any turn. So that makes it much easier. And you have to wait for it to kick in and then keep on pedaling in a steady manner so that it keeps pushing you in the assist mode.
What was the experience downhill?
Downhill was, like any normal cycle, but then it gives you regeneration, so I must have gained something.
Alright, hi, this is Rafe, and we've just done the ride on the Sparrow cycle, and I can tell you it was awesome. The feature which I enjoyed the most is the cruise control. This is the first time I've ever seen this on a two-wheeler, that too a cycle, and it was so much fun going up the hill. And I realized after a while, suddenly the indicator went to C, and I'm not applying any effort, and I stopped pedaling and I stopped throttling it, and it's just carrying on at 20 kph up the slope. And it was so much fun overtaking so many of the vehicles, especially a couple of tempos and two-wheelers. And yeah, it's been fun. The part where I rode the cycle was a little bit just before Bhugaon, and there wasn't a lot of steep incline, but there was a lot of slope going up, coming down, and of course rainy season, a lot of water, and overall it's a fun bike to ride. If you switch off the motor, you switch off the battery, then you can actually feel the weight of the cycle, and it is not that bad. It is decently balanced. Ride quality is good. This particular cycle doesn't have shock absorbers, but that would be probably a good addition, although I really didn't feel too much of the need for it. And acceleration profile is great. It doesn't zip like all the other electric vehicles, all the other EVs that we've been reviewing. This one doesn't zip, but it has decent speed, decent acceleration, a very good top speed, and fantastic range, and you can actually see the regeneration happening, which is awesome. And I think I was expecting regen to be the biggest feature which I would notice, but what I did notice was cruise control. And of course in crowded streets the pedal assist is a boon, and it does take getting used to, because initially you want to push hard, but to get pedal assist to really kick in, you have to not push hard. You have to just gently rotate the pedal, and the motor actually does the work for you. And the motor does as much work for you as you are willing to let it do. It will either take away the entire load where you don't have to use the throttle at all. You can entirely just pedal lightly, or if you want to pedal a little bit, you can do that, and the motor compensates for that. So it's an amazing system to see how this comes together. Basically, I just wasn't thinking, I was riding, I enjoyed the drive. This is the most fun I've had. Rainy season in Bhugaon with my friends on an e-cycle, being followed around by electric cars. And the Sparrow does outshine all the others in its class. That's the thing so far. And that is the Sparrow rolling down, and in cruise mode. Great. All the Revas have arrived. Hi! How are you? Hi! Say hi to the camera. Hi, camera.
Hi.
So hi guys, this is Rafe from Plug in India, and we are here in rainy, windy Pune on the hilltop home of our very own Helios Sagar. And what we're doing today is we're reviewing an amazing new electric bike. It's called the Sparrow, and we have almost finished version of it. The production version, we are told, will be a lot better than this, but I don't know how they can get it better. Of course, the engineer and the CEO assure us that the fit and finish of this will be way better than what it is right now. We've done a bit of performance testing. A lot of the community members, you see Puneet roughing it out over there, and here's Abhishek and Kamlesh, who's behind the camera, and Farah, who's holding the umbrella. And all of us have pitched in. EV community members, the kids, the mothers, they've all tested the bike. So we have really put it through the whole 9 yards. You know, we had done a video before with all the rants, like what an e-bike, what the e-bikes don't have. And they've put in everything. They've put in cruise control, they've given us a brake indicator, they have given us a really nice headlamp later. And LCD display panel, they've given us a normal horn, they've given us a PP horn, they've given us password protection over here. You enter a code and it unlocks. They've given us a on-off key, they've given us a ignition key. They've given us cruise control. And finally, a feature which we wished was there in most other two-wheelers, regenerative braking. They have managed to incorporate that, and I think just by that virtue, they managed to pull off a super high score, and we are probably going to revise our scoring chart for this cycle. So that's how important we feel this bike is. Here are the telescopic shock absorbers and disc brakes, and that's a decent feature. Of course, it is there on other bikes as well, but this one is nicely tuned. We would like to see possibly a rear shock abs. And here is the brushless DC motor, and it's a 250 watt motor. It's quite powerful. Now let's get down to the meat and potatoes. Let's get down to the real performance of this thing. As a cycle, it is much lighter than the other e-cycles I've seen. Owing to the lithium-ion battery, owing to the placement of the battery in a position which doesn't make it clunky. Also, the frame seems a little bit lighter, but it is not as light as probably an alloy or a carbonate frame, composite frame would have been. But overall, it's not as zippy as one would have thought it to be. I mean, I have experienced a lot of electric vehicles, and they generally have a very quick pickup. This one, I think, has been purposely toned down, but it does a very consistent job of getting to a high speed very fast, and that's something that I give them marks for. Alright, so now that we've told you about some of the peripheral items which we found were interesting and definitely something that they've added to the original e-bike concept, let's tell you about the accessories. And basically, it already comes with front disc brakes. These guys are going to give you rear disc brakes if you want them, and then they already have something that they call digital gears, which are basically just the assist which performs the function of giving you less and less pressure. They're going to give you Shimano gears, those kind that go down and come back up, and probably a shifter, maybe and they say they'll be offering it in 6, 7 and 9 gear versions. They will give you a basket in the front, and they will give you a carrier in the rear, and the load carrying capacity, maybe you could put about, CEO told me 40 kilos, so probably a kid even if you wanted to. And of course, the headlight right now is connected to the main battery, so they are going to provide you a headlight if you want, which has its own individual battery, so that then there's no drain on the main battery. So these are the accessories. So final comments from our community. Hanuman shot. This is because we love EVs. Yeah, and because we've all quit. And you should just ask us how you can do this. So visit our site, visit our blogs, go to the Sparrow site, go to their Fuel My Dream site, Fuel Our Dream site, and get connected. Get connected with the electric vehicle movement which is sweeping the country, and it is sweeping the world. And these things are the way we are going to travel in the future. And Sparrow has made a wonderful attempt. In fact, they succeeded. Where I feel most people made half-hearted attempts, these people just put aside price, they just put aside everything else, and they made the best bike that they could. And that's where I'd like to leave this. They are walking with a cycle. It feels like it's not only your cycle, it's your pet dog, because it'll walk with you. Now, this is walk assist, and you can see Moti is walking with the bike, and Kamlesh and Moti are happy, just chatting along, and the bike is taking care of itself. So this is also a good way to get exercise. Hey! And here it is showing us that it's going ahead at a decent speeds, and it goes fast and slow.
Sparrow comes with a walk assist. The advantage is that whenever you want to walk with your friend uphill, it's tough always pushing a bike uphill. Right. So we have an option to walk. The Sparrow walks with you. Let's say you have a down button. Press and hold the down button. It'll walk with you. Let's see how it walks. You will have a display here which shows there is a walk assist. Let's see.
Yeah. And
see, there is a man walking there.
Right.
So that's So we just keeps walking. We just walk and walk and walk.
That's amazing. So even if you're going uphill, all the way, this cycle will just walk along with you. It's like a pet. Or you just go for a walk in the morning. You don't have to ride the cycle. You can walk with the cycle.
Yes, absolutely. You save a lot of energy by walking with the cycle.